Hello everyone, welcome back to another Clutching Gaming video. Today I want to talk about parenting. Yeah, it's a controversial topic, I know. There's the whole kind of, staple that goes around where if it's not your kid, you can't comment you can't comment on the parenting of that child. You can't have an opinion when it comes to children because what the parent does is okay. So, if they thundercunt their kid, you can't say no, or you can't question them on it because it's their child. That's apparently how it works. Obviously, I'm kidding. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but point is, people can have kids way too easily now. It's ridiculous, but they can. And as an avid Facebook looker, I don't really go on there to I never post on Facebook or anything. People tag me on stuff, but I look through it just to keep tabs on on people and stuff, and my own family, for instance. Just to see what everybody's up to, and I'll occasionally come across the odd post that's just people arguing. People like to argue on Facebook. When I was younger, arguing on Instagram was the big thing, and posting on your story. I don't like this person. They're a nasty piece of work, and etc. Now it's Facebook. Facebook is the one that people argue on, and I've seen it all. All right, I'm the ripe age of 20 years old, right? So I'm not arguing on Facebook. I'm not arguing on anything. If I'm arguing with someone, it's on text message. If not, better in person. That's preferably where I like to argue with someone, because you can get it over with, you can get it done, you can get it sorted out easier in person. If anything's on call or social media and you're not face to face, it's so much more difficult because there's just going to be so much more hostility there. But anyway, I would not argue. I've done it in the past on social media as when I was young and immature, but now I've grown up. Arguing on social media, like over 17 years old, and that's probably a push as well, it's just ridiculous. I see a lot of people arguing on Facebook, whereas, I hate this, and then they at them as well. They always at them. They always get like the blue name where you can click onto their profile, and then you'll get the people comment, "Oh my god, this is sickening behaviour," and then 3 angry emojis with the little symbols blurted out in front of it. I don't know. People have just get involved in shit that has nothing to do with them. But I get a lot of it with like, I see a lot of people who have kids as well, and I'm only 20, right? And I know a lot of people already who have had children, and it's like, each to their own. If you can look after them, you can look after them. Do I think it's too early? Perhaps. You've not really lived a lot of your life, and I've known experiences where people have had kids way too young, and then they'll grow up, and then the parent will resent the child because they kind of feel like they was robbed of their life, because you don't realise at first when you have a child. If you had a child at that age, you'd go, "Oh, I'm really happy," you'd love it, and then like come later you realise like what you've kind of missed out on, and then you'll go, "Oh fuck," and then a lot of people resent the child, even though it's not the child's fault. He didn't ask to, or she, or that, or, whatever, he or she didn't ask to be conceived. And you can't really take out on the child, but it's always the parents' fault, right? That's how it should be. That's how it always should be. It's the parents' fault for the kid's conception. If everything was consensual, then it's both parents' fault. You both did the deed. Takes two to tango. The kid's now both your responsibilities. But because people are so young, and there's with youth comes immaturity, there's a lot of immature behaviour. So you've got a lot of arguing on Facebook, and I see it and I go, really? You have a child and you're arguing on Facebook? It's just ridiculous. Some of them have 2 kids. Like, fucking hell, you're 20 years old, you already have 2 children. Stop fucking. My God. They don't even have protection anymore. They go, fuck it, we already have one kid. What's gonna hurt? What's gonna suffer? Your bank account's gonna suffer heavily because you're having so many children. Stop. Get a fucking grip. Anything over 2 at all is fucking hard. Let alone like anything over 2 that's when you're young, when you're still in your fresh age of adulthood. It's ridiculous. And I see just arguing on Facebook. Fuck, I can't get over it. Really can't get over it. I mean, I see loads of people like 30 years old, 40 years old arguing on Facebook as well. I'm not just trying to throw people my age under the bus. It's not just my generation. It's, the older ones as well argue on Facebook. I can't believe you would do this to me. Take it to private messages. Why do you need to post it on fucking Facebook? A lot of the time, I guess you could use the excuse, maybe someone's been blocked or whatever, and, there's pent up anger that they want to release, fair enough. But a lot of the time, these people are being tagged, so they're obviously not blocked. Or maybe they're blocked on, like, Facebook, but not Messenger. I don't really know how it works. But it's just so silly. Like, if you can't get a hold of them, don't post it at all. If you're that angry, tell someone. You don't need to let every single fucking friend on your list know what's going on, because people are just going to think you're a nutter. Don't argue on Facebook. Nobody wants to see not everyone wants to see what you're getting angry about. It's just completely ridiculous. I don't want to see what you're getting angry about. I don't care. Most of the time, it's not even a good reason. I mean, the other day I saw, like, a couple, I think, like, the dad had walked off or something, and the woman was getting mad, which was fair enough. But then, like, I saw she was trying to sell his stuff on the internet, and I was like, oh my God. What the fucking... it's obviously that's to try and make a point. Otherwise you'd put it up on eBay. You wouldn't put it up on Facebook and go, oh, does anybody want this? Like, you obviously know what they're trying to do. They're obviously trying to hope that they see it, and then, it causes this big thing, and then, it's also an attention grab as well. It's like, hoping that people will come in and go, oh my God, is everything okay? I couldn't give a single fuck about what you're going through in your private life. We all have private lives. We're all just trying to get by. It's not even that bad. It's, obviously, I'm not going to feel bad for your judge of character. You've chosen to have a child with this person. You have had that poor judge of character. You couldn't read this person properly. If they've turned out bad, yes, obviously it's their fault that they're a bad person, but, you're kind of at fault as well for getting with this person. I mean, obviously it depends what happens. I mean, obviously maybe you're so in love that you don't really see, I guess, all the red flags. But still, at the end of the day, I always think that you should partly blame yourself as well for judge of character. I always do it. I don't blame yourself to the point where you're really nasty to yourself, but just take some responsibility. Say, oh well, I knew that they were bad in a way. Probably should have left them. The thing is now with social media as well, is like breakups are so hard to do is because of social media. So, obviously back in the day, if you broke up with someone, you'd probably not see them again. But on social media, they're so easy to just look up and text. It's as easy as that. So it's, social media is like hurt people 10 times more because it's like so hard to get over someone now. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this because it was I just see it a lot, and I can't be bothered. Everybody's always arguing. Everybody's always in a bad mood, and I get it, right? England's I think the second most depressed country in the world, which is bad. We're more miserable than some countries that can't afford food. That's really bad. But yeah, I think we need to sort our shit out because we're just a failed country at this point. It's just devastating. Anyway, peace.